will you please type in #live? And if you're watching the replay, type in #replay. I see Leanna is here and Jackie. Hey, ladies. Hey, we're getting close to that time. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I'm happy to welcome you all here today. All right, let me tuck in. I am really excited about what we're talking about today. And this, by the way, is what we're going to be doing for the new year. We're going to be talking about some really fun things. I have decided to just go and do what I want to do. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be magical. It's going to be sexy. It's going to be really, really helpful. All right. Because you know what? I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this moment and it has finally arrived and I feel really excited. So welcome. All right, let me get started. My name is Crystalyn Bell, and I'm the founder of Badass Butterfly Spiritual Life Coaching. I'm a master spiritual life coach and I'm a high priestess of transformation. And that means that I help women like you, visionary, ambitious women. So you have a vision, there's something that you want to manifest. All right. I help you live life on your terms and helping you learn how to manifest the money, the loving relationship, and the excellent health, the beautiful body that you desire. And I absolutely love my work. So I want to welcome you to this group. It is called the League of Badass Butterflies Manifest Money, Love, and Body Confidence. I'm live here every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I used to do Tuesdays and Fridays, but y'all, that was a lot for me to churn out. And now I've got some other programs going. So here, I'm only here every Tuesday. And normally the replay is here for you to watch at your leisure. But I want to let you know that the replays are going to be coming down every week after about 2 or 3 days. So don't delay whenever the replay is here. Don't take for granted that it will always be here, okay? I'm keeping the energy moving in the group, keeping things very, very fresh. That's what my spirit is calling me to do, and it feels really good. All right. So let's start talking about what we're working on today. And our topic is called Feminine Fortune, Crafting a Rich Life with Sensual Manifestation. All right. I'm really excited about this topic because there are two chakras that are really involved in this work. And look, we don't have a lot of time to go into depth about all of this today. But you know, there's opportunities, there will be opportunities, and I'll be giving you a chance to take this to the next level. All right, of course, I'm going to do that. But the idea is, and the thing that we really want to understand and really, really get, your heart chakra and your root chakra work together to manifest what you desire. So, what I'm going to share with you today is going to help you activate those two very essential parts. All right. So we're gonna tuck into that today. And I think it's also very important to acknowledge that we are moving into a power stage energetically. So this is not just about, it's not just about, oh, I woke up this morning and I feel like I really want to take charge of my life. No, it's actually the universe is calling all of us to start being different in our lives, to start manifesting more from the heart, okay, and more from the root chakra, or that that down south region where where we give birth, okay, the birth canal. Yes. Powering her up and making sure that she is alive, active, aware, and very well loved. Yes. Okay. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So today's live stream is for the woman who finds herself doing, doing. Okay. So in her career, she works all the time. She works really hard. She's rushing to meet deadlines. She's got to finish projects, and she works with a sense that she has to stay ahead of problems. And she might even be someone, so I work so I can stay ahead of problems. This has been my kind of history. But then there are those other ladies who are working furiously to put out fires, right? The fire, the problem came, now they got to put out the fire. All right. There's no judgment. One is not better than the other. Okay. Both of them are problematic if you're not using the technique that I'm going to be showing you, talking to you about today. All right. Now, hey, while we're getting into this, in the comments, I want for you all to let me know what your relationship is with the divine feminine. What is your relationship with the goddess? Um, if you know a particular goddess that you love, any kind of feminine with the feminine. What is your relationship with the feminine, and what do you know about it? Maybe that sounds a little bit too woo-woo for you. It can be woo-woo, but it's not really. Woo-woo is kind of really far out there. This is actually very basic. We'll get into it in a few minutes, but in the comments, please let me know what your relationship is with the divine feminine. And I see that Charlene has joined us. Hey, Charlene, I'm so glad you joined. Glad you're here, darling. Thank you for coming. Now, let's see. Whoa, where did my notes go? Here they are. Nope, not the right notes. Here they are. Now I've got the right notes. I should close down all this stuff that has nothing to do. Oh, how did I skip that? Sorry, ladies. Okay, what I should say, because I know that I had it written down in my notes, but I don't see it. I need to let you all know that there is a workbook. And Rebecca, can you please put the link to the workbook? There's not a workbook, it's a worksheet. All right. Workbooks, you all know me. You all know me. My workbooks are 40 pages long. Okay. This is not a workbook. All right. It's a worksheet because it's for this live stream that we do on Tuesdays. This is like a, 30, 40-minute live stream. You don't need a workbook. You just need a worksheet. Um, I'm sorry, Rebecca is not putting the link for these in the, sorry, she's not putting the link for these in the comments. You all, if you want the worksheet, you need to give me your email so that I can email it to you. We are not going to be putting these links for the workbook itself or the worksheet itself in the comments. She's going to put the link to sign up to get the worksheet. So if you didn't get it, Rebecca, put the link to the landing page for the worksheet, okay? So that they can sign up and they'll get it, it'll be delivered automatically to your email. Sorry, it's Mercury retrograde. So yeah, like, talking doesn't really work all that well sometimes. So, but I have the link. I have the link to the workbook somewhere because Rebecca gave it to me. And I want to just very quickly show you what it looks like, just so that you have it in your mind. I'm not going to go into detail about what's in the workbook or the worksheet because you'll be able to see it yourself. But I am going to just very quickly show you so that it's familiar. Share screen. Limiting Beliefs Shakedown is what it's called. That's it right here. And yeah, and it is about limiting beliefs, unlocking the secrets, right, that are hidden within your limiting beliefs. And it's a beautiful process to take you through understanding your beliefs and how they are limiting you. Okay, so just a little heads up about the worksheet that's there. Again, it was automatically emailed to you if you're a member of this group. And if you didn't give us your email, you can do it right now. All right. So yes, worksheet is there for you to use after you've gone through today's live stream, and you can start working on those limiting beliefs, which are really going to be important. So as I said, today is for the woman who finds herself doing, whether it's at work, and she's just intensely working, comes home stressed out at the end of the day, tired, or maybe if you're like me, you can love your work, right? But you can also get burned out. Okay, so this is going to be great information for you that I'm delivering. The thing I want you to also consider is that this kind of doing thing can also happen to those of us who are who are either in a romantic relationship or you're pursuing a romantic relationship. And a great example I have of that is, when you are going to be seeing, your potential date or your man, and this kind of mad dash, to be at work, doing your work, and then this mad dash to get the nails done, get the hair done, get the waxing done, the waxing, okay, to get all the things done, then get the makeup on, get the underwear right, you get the outfit right, you get the fishnets, the shoes right, like all this doing. And there is, it's wonderful to be able to do those things when there is more of a leisurely pace. But for some of us, okay, for some of you, it's a challenge. It's like a 100-yard dash where you're trying to make things happen. And this same kind of thing can show up in health. But what I want to say about the health part is there is a sacrifice, right? Because there's a sacrifice in all of these, whether it's in the career, in the relationship, but in the health, it's this tendency that we have to sacrifice our pleasure for the sake of doing what's right. Okay. So if you're finding that, you're someone who follows the latest dietary trends and you are trying to maintain your weight, and it is a struggle, it is a problem, it is not coming easily, you're not doing what's natural, you're doing something that you have to really discipline yourself around. Okay, this is very, very challenging. All right, so if you're a woman who finds yourself working really hard and you're sacrificing yourself, your desire, or your pleasure so that you can manifest, right? If I sacrifice, then I will receive. Okay, that's a condition. If then. if I sacrifice, if I work hard, then I will manifest money, manifest love, manifest the body that I want. Okay. And I respect this thing that we do, but I also have seen the detrimental effects. And it's complicated, and we're not going to be able to go into all of it today, but I gotta get you thinking about this. I gotta get you opening your mind to this, because once you start shifting your mind around it, then how you manifest and what you manifest will grow exponentially. Okay? I'm excited about this. So I'm going to introduce you to this approach for manifesting money, love, and body confidence. It's called Sensual Alchemy. And it's the proven process that I have used for myself and for my clients. Again, allowing us all to make more money by doing less work, bringing in more love by sacrificing less. Like, we don't have to sacrifice like we used to, and creating more body love by going toward what gives us pleasure. It is a very, very a powerful way of working. Now, why do I love this method so much? Okay, so number one, it's super effective. Okay, and it's really about allowing the divine feminine to come in and do her job. Okay, the divine feminine doesn't do her job. The job gets done through her. This is the beauty of the divine feminine. However, we need to understand that us doing is more aligned, or us doing is actually taking us away from the thing that we actually want. And am I saying that, Crystalline, am I not supposed to work? Like, Crystalline, I have to work in order to pay my bills. Yes and no. So there's working and there's doing, and there's working hard and there's doing, like hustling. And then there's this thing called sensual alchemy, where you are embodying the feminine and you allow it to be. Now, again, this is a whole process. And for those of you who are enrolled in my Catapult Your Wealth Revolution program, sensual alchemy is a huge part of the curriculum. So you all are going to love it. And look, it's a beautiful process. You're going to love it. And for those of you who are not enrolled, I want to give you an invitation to join this program now for a reduction in the price. So it's normally $2,222 to join for the entire year. But right now you can join for just $97 a month. Okay, just $97 a month. And I think that you will absolutely find it really, really comforting and life-changing. It's a beautiful process that we've put together. Now, if you sign up within the next 30 minutes, whoever enrolls within the next 30 minutes will receive an opportunity to have a private session with me to strategize your year ahead of healing and manifestation. So that's a big deal. All right. I charge $350 to work with me. That's my price for 2024. You will have the opportunity to work with me for absolutely free if you sign up for this Catapult Your Wealth Revolution for $97 a month, or you can pay for the whole year and save $164 You sign up for just $970 a month. For the year instead of $2,222. All right. So $970 if you pay in full, $97 if you want to do it for the month. All right. You want to do month to month. Okay. So why do I want to share this with you so much? All right. So I was that woman who found herself working really, really hard and never being compensated adequately. I came from a family that really valued working together. Like that was the reward. We got to work together. There's your reward. You don't get paid a lot of money, but hey, I'm mom and dad. I take care of your home. I take care of your food. I get you some clothes. Okay. Being a kid, and I started working very young. I started working when I was 9 years old. And so this was what I was very much indoctrinated with this very early on. And so a very strong work ethic was put upon me at a very early age, and I embraced it as I did with, all my parents' ideas. I was one of those kids who thought my parents were really, really cool, and they were beautiful and they were sweet and we had fun, okay? But we also worked a lot, and there are some problems around that. So my attitude around work and money is I have to work really hard. I have to sacrifice myself. And it's more important and it's more glorious to give than it is to receive. Okay? That was what I was raised with. Not even gonna lie. Now, this also carries into relationships. And there was a time when I found myself being that woman who was rushing around, making sure, like if any hair was growing there, with the tweezers plucking, like I had to have smoothness. All right. There was a perfectionism that was at work. And honestly, I'm just going to admit to you at that time, well, I'm going now into the work, but at that time, I had no worth if I didn't have it right. Okay. This is what was going on in my mind. All right. So I remember one point I was so stressed out, okay, trying to get ready for a date. My date was calling, or no, my date showed up early. So I ran to answer the door for him, and I slipped and fell. Like I was so out of my body and so in panic mode that I couldn't even keep my own feet beneath me. All right. Wake up call, right? Um, and the last thing is about the food. All right. Having that constant dialogue of, I'm getting ready to eat this thing and all the reasons why I've made the wrong choice about what I'm eating, and how detrimental it is going to be to enjoy it. And even though it is a delicious cake, a delicious cinnamon roll, boy, all that deliciousness is just doing your body bad. Just the constant dialogue inside of this critic, okay? And in an act of rebellion and in an act of self-love, you try to push against these things, and it just doesn't work. Now, the reason why it doesn't work is because there is an error with the programming of the subconscious mind and the self-concept. So, in other words, who you think you are has been programmed badly. And what that does, so who you think you are is what you essentially do. It's what you do, it's what you think, it's what you become, it's what you manifest. So if I think that I am only deserving, like subconsciously, I have to earn my money and I have to work more than everyone else, and I have to find joy in being the youngest and not receiving as much, right? This was all programmed very early on. Okay, I did not move past that until I did this work, okay, to start moving past that. But because those things were there, I just kept living them out. Because when your self-concept is locked on to who you are, right? So when it's programmed with who it thinks you are, there is nothing that you can say or do to change that unless you do this process, right? You can do it through a process, but it doesn't just change by saying, oh, I shouldn't think that anymore. Okay, I'm healed, done. Doesn't work that easy. And believe me, I've tried that. And I know you have because I know that you can relate. As a matter of fact, why don't y'all give me a little feedback? And if you can relate to any of these things I'm talking about, sacrificing your own desires so that other people can get ahead, working really, really hard. You know, if you're someone who has these kind of unhelpful food dialogues with yourself, okay? I'd love to know about that in the comments, whether you're watching live or watching the replay. Let me know, okay? So the thing that I had to learn, and this is what I want to share with you all today, um, is how this sensual um, alchemy process works. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that the Empress archetype is very, very important for me and my philosophy. And basically, if you'll recall, the Empress archetype is the divine feminine aspect of authority that is connected to heaven, but who also has a very strong connection to earth. Now, when I've talked about her in the past, I've contrasted her to the high priestess. So you have the empress, which is very connected to earth, and the high priestess, which is very connected to heaven. All right. But they're not in opposition. They can work together. But the high priestess, okay, so when you take on a high priestess role, you are very connected to heaven, but you're not occupied with matters of the earth. So, for example, we don't usually think about the high priestess as a mother. We don't think of her as a wife. We don't think of her as a businesswoman, okay? But with the empress, we do. We think of the empress as being connected to God, but she's also a mother, she's a businesswoman, she's a wife, she's got a community, she cooks, right? She's in the earth and she loves being in the earth. And what we want, and a huge part of sensual alchemy, is bringing that sensuality into our day-to-day, bringing the empress and her sensuality into our work mindset. Let me start there, okay? Into the work mindset, bringing the Empress mentality into our relationships, bringing the Empress mentality into our food choices, into our health relationships. Why do we do that? What does it mean? Well, one of the reasons why in the worksheet it's based on beliefs is because you want to believe yourself as the Empress believes herself. So remember when I said your self-concept, you can't just change it by saying, oh, I'm going to not do that anymore. Doesn't work that way, right? Because your self-concept is made up of beliefs, thoughts, actions, feelings, choices. Okay, it's made up of a bunch of stuff. One of those things are the beliefs. So in the worksheet that I've provided for you, I'm taking you on a process to help you identify negative beliefs and change them, because that's a powerful way to access the Empress and change her mind. All right. Or, sorry, to change your mind so that you can embody the Empress. All right. You're welcome. I know you're going, thank you, Crystalline. That sounds like a helpful worksheet. I know it is. It's a big deal, right? Because once you start understanding the power of beliefs and how they're keeping you trapped or not, then you're understanding what it takes to actually change your life so that you can start manifesting differently. And I want for you to manifest differently. So how can I help you more with this, right? So we know that you need to embody the Empress. We know that you need to change this mindset. And I said earlier that I was going to give you an opportunity to step into, like, to get more help around this. And I want to do that right now. And again, I want to introduce you to the Catapult Your Wealth Revolution program. Rebecca, have you put the link in for a Catapult Your Wealth Revolution? I don't think I see it there, darling. If you can do that, please. So what is it about this program? What are we doing, and what does it have to do with this kind of Empress and sensual alchemy? Well, as I said, I take you through an incredible process of awakening this Empress inside you and integrating this sensual alchemy process into your life. Now, this sensual alchemy process is really about awakening your sensual nature. And by sensual, it actually means your senses, your five senses: smell, hearing, sight, taste, touch. Okay. And then, of course, your sixth sense, which is intuition. And that's a huge part of this. Obviously, the Empress is incredibly intuitive, and learning how to work with her is very, very, it's essential for this work. All right. So sensual alchemy is about developing and creating your own personal odyssey of sensuality using this Empress as your guide. And so it's about taking this this energy and bringing it into your whole self-concept and shifting the way you approach everything, the way you approach how you make money, how you deal with relationships, how you deal with your body, how you treat yourself. So it's about making better food choices, yes, but making them from a place of self, not from a place of, I need to lose weight. I need to, I have to avoid this. I can't do that, right? Moving that into your exercise, okay? Oh, I've got to train. I've got to lift weights. I've got to do this. I've got to do that. But instead, kind of going in and letting your intuition guide you. Very, very important stuff. And I'm loving it. I hope that hope it's exciting for you all too. Now, the thing that I love about this is that when you start making this shift into sensual alchemy, immediately you feel the difference. You feel it immediately, and immediately you get feedback from the universe about your alignment, right? Because when you align with your senses, it means that you're putting everything on fire, like everything is opened and receptive, and you're moving toward your goals and your desires in a very, well, in a very sexy way. Alignment is sexy, let's face it. So in the Catapult Your Wealth program, one of the things that I help you do, so it's kind of a five-step process. First step is to map out your challenges. You got to be aware of your challenges, your pitfalls, the places where you sabotage, the places where you're weak, right? We map those out so that you can start doing some work to transfer the energy from, this is a problem to actually, I've healed this, I've corrected this, I've created a system for dealing with this, I'm good, right? The other thing that we have to do is we've got to ignite your creative fire. You all have heard me talk about moxie. You've heard me talk about audacity. You've heard me talk about the root chakra. Yeah, the root chakra. The root chakra is where your moxie is. That's where your sexual energy is. It's your birth canal, but it's also your receptive canal, all right? Where you receive love, all right? So I help you ignite your moxie and help you build the rituals to get you in touch with that fiery energy, all right? And the third step is to magnetize your heart. So this is where we start really doing the work to clear your heart chakra, open up this space and get it manifesting, attracting the things that you desire, the things that you need, following your heart so that you're led into synchronicities that excite you so that you're in the right place at the right time and people are showing up for you. And guess what? When your heart energy is working like it should, you don't have to work so hard. Why? Because your heart is more powerful than your actions, okay? It is beyond space and time. It is directly connected to source energy. It's connected to your spirit guides. It is connected to the matrix. It is powerful. So getting that fired up is really important for us. And then, of course, as a part of this program, I have to help you set big goals. This is not about making some tiny ass goals that you can inch your way forward. You can do that on your own, reading a book, okay? This program is a coaching and transformation program. We are expecting you to step into the thing that you want, and I don't believe that you have to wait for it. I don't believe that you should be sitting around waiting. Why would you wait? Who needs to wait? Why not just allow your joy to just walk in the door today, within the next minute, now? Why do we have to wait a minute? Okay? I'm into setting big goals so that we can jump in and start doing what we need to do to manifest. All right. And then that fifth thing that we do, which is the most exciting thing, in my opinion, is taking your purpose, okay, the purpose that source has given to you, and putting that out into the world, putting it on paper so that we can start understanding what your purpose is. Now, for me, I find that that purpose is usually something that wants to be monetized. So it usually shows up as a business. So that is a part of it as well. Doesn't have to be a business. It could be a book. It could be a piece of music. It could be anything, right? But the key is that we really want to discover what that is and make space for it. Take action on it. Because when you are doing all five of these things, you are making yourself a magnet of money, a magnet of love, a magnet of excellent health. All right. So again, I want to thank you all. Okay. I wonder if Rebecca is here. Is anybody, Rebecca, are you here? I'm going to refresh because maybe my thing is slow. I'm just because she's having typhoon issues. Yeah. And I don't see that she's put the link in there. So I'm going to put the link in there myself because by golly, I am capable of putting the link in. I can do it. And I would love for you. So look, if you come within the next 30 minutes and if you come within the next 30 minutes and you sign up for the Catapult Your Wealth Revolution. I just put the link in. Rebecca, you can post the link again too. If you sign up for the Catapult Your Wealth Revolution within the next 30 minutes, you and I are going to sit down. Okay, you can book yourself an appointment. We'll sit down and talk about your big goal and how we're going to get you there. Love it. This is right up my alley. This is right up my alley. This is what people pay me thousands of dollars for, and I absolutely love my work. So blessed. So blessed. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. And I look forward to seeing you all again next Tuesday, right? So just once a week now for our live streams. And yeah, there's some good stuff coming in the next year. I have all of our, I have the whole year planned out. I'm gonna be very honest with you because that's how I roll. I like to know what I'm doing a year in advance, all right? At the end of January, we have such a cool challenge. So good. So good. Looking forward to that. And then we have a live stream the first week of January, not a live stream, a webinar the first week of January. We just have a bunch of stuff going on. We're putting together the calendar. Rebecca and I are working really hard over here. So there's that. There's that. And by the way, we're working really hard because we have a lot to do and we're enjoying it because it's our craft. We're not working for money, we're working for passion and pleasure, right? And I think you can see from the things that we create that there is a lot of passion and joy and pleasure that goes into what we create. It's always rich and beautiful and fun. Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and sign off, you all, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. And I'll be in a group here and there. All right. Bye for now, everybody. Bye. Arrivederci. Avianto.